There's a new person in this
Yeah,
today. Hello.
yeah, we switched up a little bit. Hi.
Long time no
I
cast.
know.
When was the last time you casted? Would you say 42?
Yeah,
Something
summer.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Summerland. Yeah. Damn. You know
We're
what?
back.
We're back. We're back.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to EPIC44 with Intel, sponsored alongside Asus, Republic of Gamers, and Overclockers. I mean, what a day it has been.
Certainly been a day.
It's
a long one
been-
at that.
Yes, it feels very, very long. And we are going into, I think, our last cast of the day, our last best of one before the best of three going on later on. And it is Control versus Last Minute. So,
Yeah.
this is going to be a very interesting game.
It is. So Control haven't. They've brought a few, the content players, managers along for the ride today. They've been doing okay. They're close to qualifying, but I'm not too sure how their scores are looking right now.
Yeah.
Lastminute.com definitely live up to the name.
100%.
They didn't have a team this morning.
No. I think.
But they're here.
Yeah, they're here.
Somehow.
They're here. Yeah, they're here.
There's. I mean, I know one of the players in particular. As far as I'm aware, none of the players have played at Epic before.
Yeah.
So I'm hope they're having fun.
So lastminute.com and might maybe not have that that LAN experience.
Yeah.
So nerves probably are there, but you know what? If they're here for a good time and they're enjoying themselves,
Exactly.
what more can you ask, right? And this isn't Control's main roster
Yeah.
either. So they're also probably here for the vibe. So
Yeah.
we might be in for a game of interesting, parameters that might be coming out.
Yeah.
As we go into
100%.
the game. It's going to be very interesting. But, Maddie, how has your LAN experience been so far?
Great. As
Good.
always. I mean, it's always so fun to just come back and hang out with everyone and see all the players. Well, they're having such fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the screaming,
Yes.
it's good screaming. They're not
True.
sometimes a little bit angry, but it's all in good faith.
Haven, interesting.
Again.
Oh, you've casted Haven.
We've all it's been is Haven and Lotus and Haven.
See, for me, it's just always been Pearl. So for me,
Oh,
this is the nice
this is
change.
fresh.
Yeah, for you, it's
Yeah.
probably not so much.
No.
So I mean, at least. I'm going to enjoy Haven.
Yeah.
You probably not so much because, you've just been doing 3-point maps this entire day. I've just been doing Pearl, so I'm glad that it's out of the rotation. To be honest, I would have quite liked to have seen an Abyss game.
Yeah, I want to see Fracture.
Fracture.
I don't think it's going to get played further into the
No.
tournament, so group stages would have been nice, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I think Fracture is just going to be one of those things where it's just going to be like a decider map kind of thing. I don't think that many teams are going to willingly want to pick up Fracture, if at all.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just unfortunate. It's like when Abyss came out, I wanted Abyss games, and no one wanted to play. I was like,
No,
it's
it's
fair.
just like Abyss is a fun map to cast.
Yeah.
More so like when you're seeing like people fall off the map.
I love it.
And all that.
like a breach. Oh, straight off the map.
just walk by.
Bye.
But going to Haven,
Yeah.
very cookie cutter map. I'm
Yeah.
expecting very standard stuff. But that being said, Teo
Certainly is in the game.
is in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teo is a hot topic at the moment.
And
for
he
Valorant.
is definitely controlling the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's wiped out Killjoy completely.
Yep.
He's forced Vice into the game a little bit more, but Vice has been coming out of that shadow a little bit more than before, which we are seeing
Yeah.
in that pick.
I'm not gonna.
We can't judge until the
can't-
game starts.
I'm not gonna say anything, but what we're seeing in agent select so far looks quite nice.
It does. But the Killjoy is
Yeah.
interesting.
Killjoy, I like that.
I'm
I like
liking
that.
the confidence.
Yes.
Because you don't know what's on the other side.
No,
It
exactly.
could be a Teho, but currently not.
Yeah, just-
What's really interesting is they Control aren't wanting to go for the breach. And breach is basically standard
Yeah.
at this point on this map. But again, it's what they're comfortable with. And if this is it, then fine. Just fine.
Just fine.
The flashes for KO, I don't think are fast enough for that jet dash to come through and
No.
immediately go onto site like that, especially with the comp that they have. I think, in comparison to Breach, you can still do it and it works. But again, if you're being, if you're attacking a site and Breach is holding it down, those flashes are a lot stronger.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's going to be very interesting. What was also interesting, on the side of lastminute.com, they pulled out a Gecko pick.
Okay.
So yeah, so
I'm not gonna judge. Not yet.
So you know what? This map is starting to shape up in a very unexpected way.
Now, I did actually ask one of the players to suggest a knife round, but I'm not too sure if they're going to go through with it.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it turns out. But you know, if we get a nice round, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
If
I
not,
want to see judges. We've seen a lot of ops today, especially I saw a lot of ops on Haven.
Ops, yes, lots of ops.
I want to judge. You know, saw one Odin here and there, but let's get some more.
Yeah,
There's some silly guns.
Yeah, no, I had some judges in a couple of games that I had earlier. And you know what? It worked out well.
Yeah.
It was like the one time, and that was about it. So you know what? I'm also with you on that. I wanna, you know, hopefully this could be the game where we see a little bit more silliness come out from each of the teams. You know, with the intent to win, of course. But that being said, going into the first round, we have got control on the attack. Nice, lovely little overlap to start things off, and then Sturd is going to be picking up that kill onto Juki. First elimination, following by the fault line just to cut control off as Sturd makes her way back into safety. But Milkers finding one for themselves as Sturd was a bit overzealous in that one, and Control are finally finding their stride up a long.
Still very, very slow though. Milkers managing to get that trade onto the little jet fight there, if you will.
Whiffing those shots. Oh, that's not what you want to be seeing on the screen. But Milkers is going to make swift work as lastminute.com are finding themselves in a 2 versus 4. Vegbean, Sheriff in hand, spots the head of Fletch, but it isn't going to click. And they find anything. Only the shoulder of Lenoy. And nothing is connecting, but Milkers finds one, and Looney picks up that final kill onto Vegbean. Wow, that was
interesting.
That was an interesting start.
I liked how last minute started off there. You know, the double peek down long, and they managed to get the trade, distracting with one person, swinging with the other, and getting that one tap.
Yeah.
It worked. And then it all went downhill.
Yeah. Like you said, it started off really well. You know, they had the right idea in terms of how they wanted to execute that start of the defense round. You know, Steer was able to pick up one, but again, ego peaked a bit too much and then lost their life. They didn't really need to do that.
Yeah.
Then they were just able to take it. Now, as we're going into round number 2, our buy round for Control.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they should be the ones coming out on top. But you can see that Para is sitting in garage right now with a nice little shorty, ready and waiting for anyone that's dumb enough to, pass those doors.
Not to mention those thorns are sitting.
Those razor,
so deadly.
Those razor wires. All but with Silver coming out and not being able to take it out
a lot of
in
bullets.
time. Yeah, forced away and now in a very precarious spot. But Asterisk might be the next victim.
Yeah.
On the chopping block.
He should
I think they're just going to be the next victim, just full stop. I mean, they got caught by the arc row, so they are going to get notified that they are down there. And look, I mean, Asterisk is all by the lone, so I'm trying to set up dark cover over towards the C-Link. Yuki does find one onto Vegbeans. Asterisk is having to use Shadow Step. And Looney and Juki pick up a few extra kills, and
30 seconds left.
They're just toppling. This is quite unexpected. I was expecting to be a little bit closer, but Control, they've got everything going in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, last minute they rotated very, very fast.
Yeah.
And I get it, it's a pistol round, right? You need to stick together, but you're managing to still get picked off one by one, and it's not what you need right now. Maybe 1 or 2 picks. There are some low health on the side of Control. Maybe try and get 1 or 2 kills, but that's all we're probably looking for.
Juki,
1 enemy remaining.
And they're
4K.
Nice.
There's 2 4Ks now. Control.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, good start for Control.
Yeah.
Back to 4Ks. That's a good start. Good economy. I mean,
they have the guns.
Yeah.
They're chilling.
They are chilling indeed. And last minute, they going into this conversion round with somewhat of an okay arsenal. Let's say. Marshall and Outlaw.
Outlaws are great, right?
Outlaws are very good.
But we're seeing full shield mostly from Control. Little thing, Asterisk never buys full shield. You would never see him with full shield, ever.
Why?
I don't know, he thinks it's a waste.
One suppressed.
Which I guess, if you're hitting 40 shots, you're hitting 120, you'll still be half shield anyway, but I don't know.
Maybe,
It is what it is.
Maybe there's some method to the madness in that noggin of theirs.
Caution.
Ooh, nice little headshot from Juki, but unfortunately it's only just a Spectre, so it's not much is going to get done, but Milkers is going to find Steered, and Soup is not going to connect anything.
A lot of damage early on.
Yeah. No, Milkers is quite low on health, so it has forced the rotate, but does not mean that last minute wasn't able to find themselves a kill, and then Soup. I don't know what happened
Against the Outlaw.
Yeah, very unexpected outcome, but you know what? All are going to be very happy with that nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. A bit of a garage push. It seems to be clear.
As Control are slowly making their way over into C site, Juki is whiffing and missing. Hamza and Vegbeans are going to be picking up the kills for last minute, and then Asterix finding a trade.
I got the spike.
Is it enough? We
30
will
seconds
find
left.
out. I mean, last minute they're still at a man deficit, but
Spike planted.
see, the Jet is so low on HP. Milkers is, you just breathe on Milkers once and they crumble. That's all they need. Harry is going to be looking
Last
aggressively
player
with the
standing.
Phantom, but Looney is much faster on the trigger, and it's all up to Vegbeans. Marshall in hand. 3 enemies. 65 HP.
Ooh.
And nothing to
Yeah.
boot.
I'm pretty sure Vegbean said he was going for most deaths at Epic. So, hey, he's on his way.
He's, yeah, I mean,
He's certainly on his way.
He's certainly going to achieve something. If not the victory at Epic Land, maybe a victory in some other
Exactly.
area of the game.
That should have been their round, right? They had the guns, and yeah, okay, Control still kept theirs from the second round, but they didn't have the advantage still. They could have easily managed to get that round and make it 2-1. And now it's not looking too great for the economy.
Yep. I mean, on the side of Control, like only 2 of their members have died at least once. Like, one person's died once, the other person's died twice. The rest of the Control like haven't died a single time. So at the moment they're just really like making good headway for themselves and really putting lastminute.com on the back burner. And I mean, looking at their economy and what they're having to rock right now in this round, doesn't really matter because Soup is just going to put 2 bullets straight into Milker's heads and just absolutely decimate them. But Looney is going to be holding the angle over onto Link. Managed to connect a shot into the shoulder, but with how little HP Soup was, does not matter. And now Juki is going to get that spike planted, and Fletch is all on their lonesome, was able to find a kill but wasn't able to connect anything, but it's allowed Asterix to sneak behind up through sewers, and oh my goodness, look at where Asterix is trying to leap around onto A site. Looney serves as a distraction as 2 members do fall down, but if Asterix can pull off this flank, it is going to pay off absolute dividends. The trigger discipline comes out for 1, and oh my goodness. You know AimLabs is a free application on Steam, right, that you can download.
Oh, we did it. Say, sometimes you gotta do it. I mean, he had
by reaction.
he had a flank with 3 of them right there.
Served up on a silver platter.
Yep.
No.
And
Salt,
Looney,
pepper,
was
sprinkled.
it Looney? No, Fletch. Sorry,
Fletch.
set it up perfectly.
No.
Although I was about to say, you know, Control Edorks, they had the perfect positioning. They had, you know, the plant on B, 2 towards A. And yes, okay, Fletch maybe whiffed a little bit. It happens,
Yeah.
right? Again,
A
Asterix had the...
moving target.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Asterix. I think
It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. But people aren't going to let him live that down. Definitely not. So, as we're going to go for a bit of a different site push now, over onto C. We've got the Owl Drone pushing up forward, and Looney just lurking in the back, in garden, seeing what's happening. Ooh, Milkers dashes in, finds one. Looney managed to get Vegbeans trying to pass their way through to B side. You can see how much space that controller taking right now. And last minute, looking a little scrambled, but stirred, getting that lovely flank onto Looney right now. As that spike gets planted down, lastminute.com are finding themselves once again in the post-DP show as they're having to fight to retake the site. Are they able to be successful this time round? Milker's 4 HP, Juki starts off, Hamza finds a trade, but Milker's able to connect to his head, and it's all up to Steered. Recon Bolt not going to be finding anything, but as that spike timer decreases, so does the chances of lastminute.com coming out, and
Gone down long. Yeah,
that's
it's over.
It's over. nothing that they can do. All they've got to do is just save the guns and take it into the next round.
It was a very interesting entry. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a good entry. Milk is managing to get the kill. I think it was pure luck.
Yeah.
The dash wasn't great. I mean, I don't think the flash went through properly, and that might have been why, but it just, I don't know. Although, sorry, they did manage to drag Para out of Garage, which meant Looney could then flank through Garage a little bit easier. But, I mean, they still won the round.
Yeah, they still won the round.
That's what matters.
There were some mistakes on the side of lastminute.com that really should not have really happened.
100%.
Like, Control kind of got off, got the better end of the stick in that last round. But let's see how we're going into round number 6. This is looking like a very, very fast over on to Sewers. And you can't be whiffing those shots, but Soup is able to pick it up. As down goes Asterix, very interesting for the Omen to be leading the charge, I will admit. But yeah, no, those are the shots missing, and Milk is missing those shots as well. It's kind of just going all over the place for Control right now. Juki, lovely kill onto Steered.
Sight might be theirs, you know.
Yeah, I think lastminute.com are just opting to just give them sight. 1 minute left, another spike is going to get planted, and Soup is just going to start slowly clearing the angles. Spots Juki. Oh, gets a lovely headshot through the wooden frame. Paint a pretty picture and hang it up on the wall because that looked very nice. And VegBeans redeem themselves, and Fletch takes out Soup, gets themselves a second. Does not know that VegBeans was up top, but Hamza was able to pick up that final kill. And lastminute.com, they've got themselves a second round on the board.
Not doing too bad. I mean, we've seen, like you said, there's been quite a few mistakes, but I think they're learning from that very quickly. Yeah, okay, I'm glad VegBeans got a kill there, redeemed himself after the first shot of the round.
You see immediately they just dropped that, that operator, but they have opted to pick it back up. I don't know if VegBeans having the op in their hands right now is the greatest call, but
who knows?
With how Control are stacking, VegBeans has now got a second chance to redeem themselves.
Exactly.
You know?
Also, we've got practically 8 ults this round. As the breach ult last minute is going to come in very soon. Very fast play.
Very, very fast play, and it's very fast engaged through into sewers right there. And that has allowed lastminute.com to pull the rotate. Down comes the lockdown from the side of Control. Now, as the members of Control are starting to take space, Soup is holding on. One shot from Veg, and it's missed, and Soup is holding that angle. Do they have enough time to get out? No, they don't. If we have a look, Hamza is all the way back over on attack is spawned. Now, as that fault line comes out, nice, connects a couple members of Control, and the flash comes down. Gets so many! Oh my goodness! They're served up on a silver platter for you, but they don't know that people down are in hell, protecting them. Oh my goodness, the goddess of victory is smiling upon a few of the members of Control, but Soup is going to be there to stop them. Fletch spots the barrel. Oh my goodness, the members of Control are fumbling under the pressure, and lastminute.com, I don't know how they've scrambled that one, but they've just come out on top.
I've ever seen a Gecko ult get that many people before.
That was huge value.
Yeah, I mean, usually looking for 1 or 2 people. All three. Hold on. The question is why are 3 of you huddled round boxes in the middle side?
You know what, that is actually a very good question. It's like, right, that Gecko was really good, but at the same time, it's like, right, why were you all there?
That was a really weird round, though, because with lastminute.com, you see them, as soon as they hear them, they back off of sight.
Yeah.
They get so scared. They have a jet, and they have a breach. Play those flashes, attempt at some sort of retaliation early on. You know, blind, dash, whatever you need to do. But maybe try to get in. There's that pick I was just talking about. Never mind.
Yep. Again, I don't think Omen should be the one, first peeking a window, especially when your jet has an op. Looney was able to equalize the numbers for Control, so, back to an even playing field. With the breach going out as well, no Rolling Thunder, no fault line, no form of disruption. Got Fletch using that owl drone to clear out Garage. They see the shear as well as the razor wire, just to make sure, it's all clear and they can kind of go through. And don't know if that was intentional.
I don't know.
Well, let's hope they've got a plan to back up here. Thankfully, none of the members of lastminute.com decide to capitalize or try to take the bait onto the wall activation, and they're playing very, very passively. Oh, and out comes the Steel Garden right now. So it's forced Milkers to pop their Blaze-Storm and get absolutely zero value out of it, as the members of lastminute.com are absolutely shredding control, but Juki is retaliating with the Phantom, and Para just stops them right in their tracks.
Brilliant round.
Very good.
And what was really good that what you mentioned was that they didn't capitalize off of that wall, right?
Yeah.
And it's really easy to do that. Like, oh my god, someone must be at the end of that wall. Let's go for it. And sometimes it's best to just use it. Okay, guys, they're around garage somewhere. Be careful. And you saw them keep their positions. Like the first few rounds, they're rotating back and forth quite quickly.
Yeah.
And now they're keeping their positions. They're keeping calm. The calls are clearly coming through a little bit more. And look, control. They're saving now.
They are. They are. I mean, looking at the economy, it does make sense. Ooh, and Super is going to get caught out by the Recon Bot. Oh my goodness! I will be honest, I think Veg has got to get off this op. I'm sorry, Veg, but I think it's hindering you.
Not showing his true potential.
No, I think your strengths maybe lie elsewhere. I don't want to be mean, but I think if you want to be a little bit more impactful,
drop the up.
Yeah. But that being said, both teams have traded equal numbers. Come on, Looney. I know you're you're named after a cartoon, but you don't need to embody it. Right, as we are now approaching 45 seconds left on the clock for round number 9.
Like
Out of charges.
I do, yes. I mean,
Clove is kind of just chilling.
Yeah, with Hamza holding in that little pocket there. If the members of Control decide to rotate,
30
it's going to stop
seconds
them.
left.
But Soup, yup, finds one. Good start. Para finds a second, and now it's all up to Looney. Picks up the op for themselves. And
What's going on?
Oh my god!
Control the space.
I think
Control
operators
their
this
choices.
game is just bad luck.
Oh
it's
no,
bad
they got
juju.
3. Oh no, okay.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Veg Beast is back. He will prove himself, but it's just
I could hear the comms right now. He's like, "No, guy, come on, let me cook. Let me cook." Like, I will. Trust me, I'm good with the off. I swear.
he will have his moment. But I mean, they're doing quite all right.
Yeah, you know what? Lastminute.com, despite the shaky start, they're actually doing all right. I mean, control looks pretty good, but I mean, as the rounds are progressing, says otherwise. Hamza being very aggressive on the Clove. Milk is going to capitalize on that, and ooh, Soup is going to get tagged by the Aldrin, and with no dash to come out of that, they're lucky that they've scrambled to safety. Milk is going to updraft on top and finds Para with a lovely headshot. Oh my goodness, and all of a sudden, Control have flipped the script right now. They're looking completely different.
Spike planted.
Taking over the site. Sid gets a lovely flank, but it's just completely giving the position away, and it's just going to be easy work for Looney to take them out, and now it's all up to Soup.
None of them are holding the right angle though.
Can he make this good? Oh, good Soup.
Good Soup.
I think at this point, with the operator, you just might want to save it. Oh my goodness. Milkers. Ah! God, it's so crazy how close,
I
how many
know.
close calls there actually are within Valorant.
It's horrible to see it as like a caster. You go, they're right there.
They're right there.
They can't see them through the smoke.
Yeah.
I really like how Control played this. Like, okay, Looney.
Oh my god, that kill was straight out of a cartoon. Just W keying, headshot kill. Yeah, I don't think Soup's gonna be happy about that one.
No, but as I was saying, Control realized, okay, these guys have 2 ops. Let's go B. Yes, it's hard to take in the initial starting of the round. Once you got B, they're gonna have to retake it with an op. That's incredibly difficult, especially with how enclosed those two, both of the C and A links are. So it was their best chance.
Yeah.
And it worked really, really well.
It did.
Placing wall trap.
As we're going into the penultimate round of the half, I mean, with a 5-5 scoreline, pretty good all in all.
Yeah. Most I've had today.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I've had quite a few stomps today.
yeah, no, it's a bit of a change of pace for you. I mean, you might be on a pretty like one of the same maps that you've been casting today, but at least the games are, you know, taking
Exactly.
taking
I
its
think
time,
Tyler's a
which is good.
curse.
I think so. I think. Yeah.
My
Harry
blind
is
is
going to get
dead.
some information. Arcrose is going to get destroyed
No more
for its
thorns.
activation. On down goes the Razor Vine. And Para, all they have is their gun. Oh, and once more, Milkers finally gets punished for their aggressive play, and the kills are getting traded back and forth. And Control is in a 1 versus 3 situation. It's all and oh my goodness.
2 ops
The
peaking at the same time.
The firing squad
Last round
just
in the half.
staring Looney in the face down the barrel, and yeah, they weren't coming out of that one anytime
No.
soon.
Not at all. This is really surprising.
This is very surprising. I mean, look at the scoreline. Like Control, like
They've got the
dominated at
kills.
start. Yeah, they dominated at the start, but then all of a sudden, after round number 5, like
Yeah, it started.
lastminute.com started picking things up, and yes, the frags aren't there to show it, but look how evenly distributed they are compared to Control.
They're clearly playing a lot more better, sorry, as a team.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jet diff.
yeah.
Jet diff. Lovely start for lastminute.com from Soup
You
there.
can't ask for anything better.
No. Oh my goodness, Asterisk. Oh my god.
One enemy
Yes.
remaining.
Oh, Veg got a kill with the Veg Beans got a kill with the op. Let's go. And it's Fletch all on the lonesome in a 1v4 situation. They got 1 kill. They got 30 HP in a dream. A recon ball up in 5 seconds. A second kill to their name. And they get any more. They've got like a second to pull it out. Oh my goodness, I hate it when they just pull it out and then someone's about to run around the corner and they're reloading. Oh no! Veg! Veg! What are you doing?
He tried. But
Sides.
going back to Soup, right? That's like the
Yeah.
5th round where they've gotten that first kill.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot ask any more from your duelist on defense.
True.
That's exactly what, even the first 2 kills, you only need 1.
Yeah.
Don't peek again.
Yeah,
But Soup doing it anyway. And hold on, why?
a timeout coming out from the side of
Last minute.
Interesting.
I mean, it's second half now.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to throw Control off even more. I don't know. It's just really weird.
Yeah, no, it's very rare that you have a timeout in the second half of the buy phase of the pistol round.
Usually, you wait a few rounds to see how it goes.
Yeah,
They're winning.
exactly. Yeah, they are winning. You know, maybe this is a mental game.
Exactly. They want to keep it that way, right? These 2 rounds can be anyone's game, and if Control win them, they even out the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And then from there, that momentum can start pushing last
Going
minute
up, yeah.
off the scoreboard. So at this point, maybe they're like, okay, let's try and throw him off as much as possible. Maybe they're going to try something we've never seen before.
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe.
Unfortunately, we can't have ops this round.
That's true. Yeah. So you know what? Veg might have a bit of a better
Oh,
time.
yeah. You might have to buy a normal gun, guys.
But let's see if this timeout was very much worth it, because yeah, like you said, it's a very weird timeout. They could have used it in the first half and have a timeout for the second half, but they've used the timeout for the second half. So if things go a bit topsy-turvy, let's say, they've not got really an opportunity to compose themselves. They're kind of going to have to rely on Control to do that for them.
100%.
Not
Sure what's going on. It's very, very slow. Soup seems to
Soup seems to have stopped all of a sudden.
No.
Oh, they're back! They're
Okay,
back! They're
there we
alive!
go.
They're alive! They have a pulse. Yeah, and like you were saying, yeah, the lastminute.com are pulling a very interesting strategy.
Yep.
Hanging out in the defending spawn lobby. That's a new one.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, listen, if you confuse your teammates, you can confuse the enemies. And now Fletch is all on the lonesome, waiting for the teammates of Control to back them up. Trading 1-for-1, but Super's going to find 2 with the Sheriff. Dashes away, and Looney just missing all of the shots right there. And Super's going to pick themselves up a nice little 3K, and it's all down to Yuki and Asterisk. Can they
Last
be the
player
holding
standing.
pillars for Control? Well, Juki certainly isn't, and it all falls to Asterisk. as they run through. They're whiffing the shots on the classic. Finds one onto Para. 57 HP. It is the classic. It's possible. It's doable. Oh my goodness. Down goes Soup, and Asterisk has got themselves a sheriff. We're going to use that paranoia to try and blind any of the members of lastminute.com. But they're going to be holding themselves nice and pretty. Oh, what a lovely shot! Oh my goodness, what a 4K coming out from Asterisk. But unfortunately, they're not going to be able to defuse the bomb. But oh my goodness, what a play! What a play!
You mentioned earlier about aim labs. I think that timeout. Hit aim labs real quick.
Oh yeah, I think Asterisk definitely used that opportunity to go there. Wow, what
I don't care that the bomb wasn't defused.
What a play.
Oh,
you know what? Asterisk has redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
They've redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
What an absolute stellar performance.
But we are now seeing. What the second timeout? We have got an outlaw. Veg Beans, may I add, has the outlaw. Great gun for the second round.
100%. Very good gun.
We're looking at half shields, possibly no shields from Control now, so it's going to be looking like Veg Beans might be able to, if the shots connect, might be getting quite a few kills.
Yes, yeah, I mean, a little bit, was it more forgiving than the operator? Depends on the circumstance you're in, really. But let's see how they go on for it. I mean, with how that last round came out, you know, Asterisk was the last man standing, get themselves a nice 4K. You know, lovely performance. But in terms of the economy, you know, last minute, yes, they are on a deficit in Control, have got the advantage going in, but we're going to have to see how it plays out. Like you said, with the Outlaw, right, coming on from Veg, can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, 100%. And I was about to say there's a KJ, but it's on the wrong team. So that usually that Killjoy turret can work really, really well with that Outlaw. You know, taking even one bit of damage, and the Outlaw becomes one shot to the body.
Yeah, exactly that.
A lot of footsteps coming through.
Juki has heard the cavalry just charge their way through, and they are trying to just keep themselves as safe as possible. These razor wires just getting thrown left, right, and centre. Soup's not going to be able to connect the shots onto Juki. But Para and Hamza are going to find some kills for themselves. As Soup manages to follow suit, and Para just gets taken out by that shock bolt. Electrifying stuff coming out from Fletch right there, and it's a 2 versus 3, and Soup is going to get taken out by Milkers. Wow, wow, wee-wah. That is not a death that you want to be having. And Fletch... No! Veg, what are you doing? I think Fletch is an absolute demon with this classic. So two things.
What's just happened?
I have no idea.
What's going on?
How do we?
I don't understand.
So to summarize that last round, Milkers will get a kill. You know, just twizzling the sheriff.
Just casually not looking.
Yeah.
What flex round one tap. Yeah, no worries.
Fletch is a demon with the classic.
Yeah.
And scoped weapons, no matter what they are, should not be in Veg's arsenal.
You say that and he goes straight for the sheriff. Yeah. You know, maybe the scope is the issue.
Yeah, maybe just his normal, customized crosshair is what they need.
Exactly. We do see Milkers though holding down C with that Outlaw. We might be seeing possible plays from it, but Outlaw versus Marshall.
Yeah. Milkers comes out on top. Yeah,
and that immediately changes up the attack. Look, they're having to cover that space now.
You don't have that jet no more in order to just push on.
Exactly. No entry.
Don't have that aggressive spear to get onto site now. You kind of have to rely on the Gecko as well as the breach to initiate for you. And even then, you've got a Vise and a Clove. They're not exactly the most nimble of agents in the game. Out comes Dizzy, trying to see if they can find anyone.
Thorns.
Razor wire coming out. Ooh, Curry is going to get caught by the Recon Bolt as well as Veg. But Fletch is not going to be able to capitalize onto it. But Milkers does. Down goes Para. And Veg might be the next one. Ooh, but managed to get out just in the nick of time. And with 35 seconds left on the clock, lastminute.com have really got to start booking their ideas of which site they want to be making their way towards. And Hamza takes out Milkers. One shot was all they needed into the body. Instead, he's got this lovely angle. But Looney does have Vandal. It doesn't really matter when you're not connecting the shots, and Asterix is going to keep him safe. Hamza and Fletch find themselves in a little bit of a duel, but they're going to be backing them up. But it doesn't even matter because down goes Hamza. 10 seconds left, and it's a 1 versus 3. Spike is down. They need to get this kill, or the spike planted. And they've lost. Oh my goodness. Yeah, last minute. Wasn't able to get onto site.
No.
Control just kept it in their pockets.
I think Control have taken these timeouts and used them to their advantage.
I think they have.
And I'm still confused why they happened, I'll be honest with you. I'm still in shock that Asterix can get more than 1 kill a round. And Milkers has an op. He's gone from the outlaw to the op. He's deserved it. I'll be honest with you, it's 16 and 9. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Hey, this time, Edge, go on Vandal.
Oh no! The first Vandal was... Yeah.
No, but Milkers with the operator. Oh my god! I hope
know
you
he's mad.
I hope last minute like their beans baked because they got absolutely cooked. Now with Control, Stig gets taken out by Milkers. Oh my, Fletch just gets absolutely destroyed by that aftershock. Oh my god, what is happening this game?
Fletch might have been trying to dodge the Milkers, you know, dash, and got caught in the crossfire.
I think this is just like a series of unfortunate events.
It really is. It seems
like neither side is able to catch a break for better or worse. And I'll tell you what, it's made for a very entertaining game.
In the nicest possible way, nothing seems coordinated.
No.
In a good way.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable to everyone involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Never let them know your next move.
Exactly. Expect the unexpected. And now, speaking of expected, Control are going to now expect members. Last minute come through sewers. Looney takes one. Can they take another? No, they cannot. But Milkers finds the kill, and then Juki takes down Soup. And now Control, they've equalized the scoreboard.
Indeed,
you know, with how back and forth this game is, you would have expected at least one side to take the lead, but nope, we are even Stevens across the board.
Yeah, but we love to see it. We love a close game, and I know both teams are probably, you know, there might be a few shouts going across the hall, but we love to see it. We love to hear it. So it's all fun and games.
No. Both these teams are putting on an absolute performance.
Yeah.
Is it, you know, a top-tier world-class performance here at EPIC44? Probably not.
No.
But it's a very entertaining performance that both teams are putting on the lead. Right.
Taking a page out of Soup's book.
Yeah, what is up with, like, the initiators and controllers, like...
It's the jet ego.
Like, normally it's the duelists that should be the first one peeking. But no, it's the agents with the most important utility that are peeking first. Milkers is trying to find Soup's head, and Asterix is hovering above. Oh, but they're going to get caught out by Hamza. Hamza fully expecting Asterix to be up there, and it's allowed them to completely take sides. And Milkers has spotted the full head of Hamza, and thanks to their reposition, they're going to be able to close smoke down. But Looney finds one somehow. Milkers gets the third. That Hunter's Fury coming out, not going to find anyone. And it's all up to Hamza in the back of sight, over by Gong. 1 versus 3. The members of Control could be walking nice and lovely into their line of sight, but as the Owl Drone comes out, are they going to clear Gong? Yes, they are. And oh, Juki just gets spotted. Wait, no, the drone spotted! What? Oh, wait! Oh, no.
Okay,
you know what?
The timing!
The timing. Oh my goodness.
Nothing makes sense! Nothing! I mean, you mentioned about the initiators having this need to peek first. I've had a game on Haven earlier. One of the Sovas just kept peeking and dying every single round. I don't know what it is. It's this map. It's EPIC44. Something's going on here, and I don't quite know what it is.
Yeah.
But Milker's going 22 and 10. And I don't like it.
There is some form of like virus spreading around the EPIC44 halls today because, like you said, nothing is making sense, and I don't think the players have any form of sense of mind right now.
Asterix, half of his kills were from one round.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Interesting. Very, very slow again.
Yeah. Caught by that fault line. He'll be able to scope in. Thanks to the sun, and Hamza takes down Asterix. Bit of a questionable start there. Control, but Soup, Hamza going to find some kills for themselves, and they're just going to take site nice and easy peasy. Quite interesting with how stacked last minute are on site right now. It's allowed Looney to take out Steered. And ooh, thanks to how high the smoke was, Looney's able to get in nice and quickly, but Soup has repositioned just as fast. Ooh, yeah, Power gets caught out by the Reaper Bomb, but takes down Fletch.
Yeah.
The Power picks up 2 for themselves, and it's 9-9. Man, this
so even
is going all the way, it seems. It's neck and neck.
Yeah, it's interesting because last minute, their rounds are completely opposite. Suddenly, they're getting taken out within the first 10 seconds of the round.
Yeah.
And then they're getting sight, getting 3 kills instantly, and winning the round. I don't know.
No, yeah.
All logic has gone straight out of the window.
Yeah.
We've got 3 ults now from Control, and we're probably going to see quite a few of them come out, just try and secure some sort of lead. Now we're going to hit double digits within this round, no matter what. So hopefully, they're going to try and use those to secure it themselves.
Oh, yeah. Monster on the loose!
And speaking of securing, hopefully Thrash can secure themselves a person to detain.
He's a sight.
Yep, they've cleared outside. It's given last minute the green light to just run on. As angles are getting cleared, Soup is running to the back where the razor wire is ready and waiting, but that lockdown is coming out. Spike is going to get planted in the nick of time, and now all Troll have to do is just play patiently. And Asterix, being very aggressive, pick up 2 kills for themselves. Last minute, cleared away, but with the paranoia and the dark cover coming out. Oh my god! Oh, poor Asterix is getting absolutely decimated there. And it is just an absolute shooting gallery right now. Bullets are coming out left, right, and centre. It's all up to Hamza. 1 versus 1. The pick-me-up coming out, keeping them alive on 26 HP, and Looney is doing whatever they can to bait them out. And oh my god, Looney is a hair's breadth away from death. And they get taken out, and it's a clutch for last minute. How the hell that happened? I don't know. I think that was very much in Control's favour, but
they didn't need to push that.
No.
The thing is now, right, is you can't ping through smokes anymore.
No.
So they have to push onto site to be able to, keep that bomb from being defused. Why are we pushing? I know Veg Beams were sitting down short, but
yeah,
I don't know. It just seems it was in their control, if you will.
Yeah.
And Asterix getting that advantage and immediately getting onto site. And it's so unfortunate the smokes were coming through, but I do think he has disconnected. Some too sure what's going on now, but
yeah.
Hamza, top of the leaderboard right now in terms of the team. Doing every single player is doing their role, right? We're seeing the whole of last minute are they're working together really, really well, and they're starting to really, you can see that connection forming. I know like 3 of the players are random people that have joined last minute.
Yes, yeah.
So many accidental puns. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
But also, we're seeing Control. They're doing their roles. Milkers, the execution onto site is so well. Even if they're dying, right? They're bringing that team onto site and getting the information, getting the space that they need to be doing. Asterix, the smokes are coming through at the right times, in the right place. Everyone is doing what they're meant to be doing, and you can see it in the scoreboard, right? 10-9. It's going so well for both teams, and it's just, I don't know. It's anyone's game at this point.
That is true. It is anyone's game. And it's been quite the performance from both sides. Going into this next round, I mean, look at the economy, right?
Yep.
Not exactly too great for Control.
Yep.
They really do need this round. Because last minute, they're coming in with a full inventory. Yes, Control, they have the null command as well as From the Shadows in terms of ultimate.
They're not great ults.
No, I mean, From the Shadows, good info.
Yeah.
And the null command, good to suppress, the enemies, but nothing really impactful in terms of like, the pressure that it can exert to drive off.
You want an ult on a save round. You want an ult that can get you a gun.
Yes. Right.
Like a raised showstopper, or even jet knives. You try and get a headshot and take a vandal from someone. That's what you need, and I don't think with these ults it's going to work out. So maybe it does, right? And we've seen save rounds happen before. Sheriffs, deadly. Classics, right click,
Deadly.
deadly. So it happens, and I think it would be nice to see them, you know, play. Maybe even overtime would be great. I think both teams deserve some sort of chance for this game and the win.
100%. Like both teams have been playing really, really well. So honestly, like I'm not too fussed.
Yeah,
who wins it?
I like games like this, right? Where you go, actually, do you know what? Both teams deserve to win. I do believe Control need to win in order to have a chance of qualifying. I don't believe Last Minute are close to the top 4 of their group currently. And this is the last game of the group stages.
So
And then we're into playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we start the first match of playoffs
so quick.
after this game. I know. Yeah, I was questioning to myself. I was like, "Is today Friday?" I
Oh,
genuinely thought today
don't.
was Saturday.
It all blends in when you're in one big dark room.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of those lands. It's just everything is just culminated together, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like, damn.
Yeah, just the whole weekend's one long day.
That is very much the case. And I wonder when Asterix going to come back. We did hear that they did get blue screen, so fingers crossed that nothing serious has happened to their PC.
I do have insider information that PC has struggled both mornings.
Oh my
Of
goodness.
it's having issues booting up, Wi-Fi issues, everything under the sun. But it's been okay so far today, so I'm
So
sure
far, yeah.
we'll be able to get back into it soon.
Hopefully the breath of life can be
Exactly.
reinvigorated into it.
The need for Valorant.
Exactly.
But I mean, we're seeing a few ultimates, you know, coming through from maybe, I know the Breach ult is quite close as well,
Yeah.
so that might be a counterpart, maybe trying to get that 11th round last minute.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, whilst we're waiting, you know, the scores, 10-9? How do you think the rest of the game is going to go? Like, we're sitting on 10-9 for lastminute.com, right?
Yeah.
Final score line for this match, what do you reckon?
13-10 last minute.
13-10 last minute?
I think if Control had a good buy round, I reckon it goes overtime. But this round is so crucial. We're going to hit 11-9. In most circumstances, we're hitting 11-9, right? And at that point, the pressure is on, and it's just getting heavier and heavier. And I think Control might be 1, maybe 2 rounds. Maybe we're seeing 13-11.
Yeah.
But I think this advantage that Last Minute got is just going to take it all the way.
Oh,
I mentioned, you know, the first one to hit double digits, and they did it. And I think at that point, it's going to take it all the way.
See, I was going to say overtime, but I mean, the
tell.
points that you've been making, I want to say maybe 39 or 13-11.
Yeah.
I think the outcome of this next round is going to decide
100%.
quite a lot of different factors. If last minute take it, yeah, no, that's I think it's wraps for that. But if Control take it, I think we'll go to OT.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think once Control get one round, they're going to steam through to 13. But again, it's just how this next round gets played out.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to Asterix and his equipment on whether that next round does get played
100%.
out. So, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, a lot is riding on this next round.
I do believe there was still a Vandal being bought,
Yes.
as far as I'm aware, which means it's the team's Vandal, right? We can pass it around, you know, get one tap,
Yeah.
pass it along, one tap.
Yeah.
I believe.
You believe? I believe.
Yes,
you believe.
100%.
But yeah, no. I mean, I completely lost my train of thought.
Honestly, it's been a long day.
It's been such a
Very,
long day. I've
very long
completely.
day.
After this game, I don't know what I want for dinner. I'm very confused. I don't know what I want for dinner.
I do believe there's a few new
Menu edition.
yeah, coming out tonight, so it should be interesting.
Oh, what's coming out?
We got a Greek food truck,
Ooh.
something similar
Oh my
along the lines
goodness.
of.
Ooh, interesting.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. We're back. No more talk about food. We're back to talk about Valorant. God, who talks about food?
Oh,
on
honestly.
stream? God, couldn't be me.
Finished.
Can you tell I'm hungry? But
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
as
Are we in the right game? Sorry.
I genuinely I thought we were
They
in
have
place.
they have guns.
Hold on, wait a second. So, something has happened during the buy phase that we are not aware of. I thought we were in replays. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna be back in the you know, waiting in the buy phase. But no, apparently as fast as this game has started, lastminute.com are down to the last 2 members.
I like that play though. The 2 players on control having that Vandal, just immediately rushing down and getting some sort of advantage because they need it.
Yeah, they do, and it's very much in their favor. And oh my goodness, Soup just gets absolutely destroyed. And last minute are finding themselves on the back burner for what seems to be quite a while in this match, and Para is in a 1 versus 4 situation.
That's not good.
No, it's not. If Para comes out on top of this, it's an absolute game changer for last minute.
The game's done.
The game's done. Is it going to happen? I really don't think so. Yeah, no.
And we mentioned about them needing that round. They did.
They did.
So impressive.
In quite convincing fashion. I thought there were going to be, you know, a few more members of Control being like taken out.
Yeah,
that.
at least, you know, one of them. Well, you know, it's interesting how these get played, and now that Breach ultimate is coming through, the Rolling Thunder can be used on this attack. But I think last minute are reasonably good at control, you know, getting that sight and gaining some sort of space.
Yeah.
But the guns aren't looking too great. VegBeans cannot buy that operator.
No, he cannot. No, that last round was very pivotal for both teams. Like both their economies were pretty much like in the dirt, and it was very pivotal for either side to come out on top. And Control were the ones that you can see in their arsenal. So last minute are going to have to, you know, play a bit more aggressive, and that they are with the Rolling Thunder coming out. And oh my goodness, can they capitalize on it? No, they can't. Members of Control are able to scramble their way to safety, but as we can see on the minimap, Control, you know, we've got Milkers as well as Looney on the flank, but what they might not realize is that a sheer wall is going to give away their position, and Hamza is going to be ready and waiting, and Milkers is not going to clear their angles. Oh my god, I thought that was
Looney left.
Oh my, Looney left Milkers to die. Asterix gets fallen. Yuki takes 2. Can they take a 3rd? No, they cannot, but Looney is there for the trade. Para and Hamza in a 2 versus 1. All down to Looney. Oh no! No!
He went to turn!
What a
120 curse!
The 120! Oh my god, I hate those.
I know.
You think you get the kill, and then you just steer away, and then you still see the body just standing up, and it's like, wait a second.
I can't believe Looney left Milkers.
Oh my god.
You have the ward, he left.
The other was like, right, no, yeah, bye.
This is so unfortunate, because when the ward's there, you don't think someone else is holding down short, right? You're like, that's enough to hold trip. Hold flag. But then you've got Hamza just sitting there in the corner waiting. And honestly, I didn't think that shot was going to connect. I'll be honest with you. But he hit the one shot with the Sheriff and it worked.
Yeah, they hit the shot that they needed. Looney getting forced off site, and Looney once again leaving Milkers on their own on site. But this time they've kind of redeemed themselves and you know, being a bit more quick on the regroup. Guardian in hand, Looney finds one, Milkers finds their own. Soup with the trade. Oh, and Hamza takes out Juki. Looney with a nice little 2k, 3k.
My turn.
Hamza's ultimate coming out. They really need to find themselves a kill in order to be back in the game, and that they do. And Asterix is in the dark cover.
With the spike?
With the spike, indeed. And now last minute on the back foot. They have to scramble for that spike. And Hamza and Para, managed to get the spike up. Oh, and that's forced Asterix to use their Shrouded Step to reposition. And Asterix blunder has kind of given... Oh my goodness. Because of Asterix's little blunder right there, you can see Para just getting the running shoes on and making way to the hills all the way over to A site. And the mind games are coming out. Oh my goodness, the mind games coming out. Hamza is not going to be taking the bait.
Spike planted.
With that spike planted, Control Esports.
And that's made Asterix worried.
Yeah.
He has to constantly watch his back. And the wall! Oh, this is...
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Oh.
Is there going to be a confrontation on B?
Yeah, Para's heard those footsteps coming out.
Remaining.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, Asterix. Oh! Oh no. Oh, and Asterix with some classic in hand. You've seen what they've done? Can they do it again? Yes, they can! No way they get this! I'm gonna get the spike to half. Pros don't fake.
Cover going out. What's another dare?
Pros don't fake. Come on, stick it. No way!
No way!
And they get it. They clutch it out. It's 11-11. And they get the kill. What is happening? So this was so the script is thrown out the window from the very beginning. This is
I'm done. There are 4 players in the game with 20+ kills.
Yep.
We've got.
You know what? I think Ashrick just needs to stick to a classic.
That's what I'm saying. Pistol rounds are his rounds. Thing is, right, is that he's been clutching the rounds when he needs to.
Yeah.
Okay-ish throughout the rounds, you know, mainly focusing on those smokes. But when he needs to clutch, he is right there.
Unfortunately, those rounds have been a bit far and few between.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it matters, they turn up. What? Again, stat steered. Initiator dying first.
What's going on?
I don't know. Milkers whiffs. Fletch gets the trade. You know, still.
Let's convince ourselves this is happening right now.
Yeah.
I don't.
My expectations are just gone. I have no idea how anything is just playing out right now. I'm going into each of these rounds with a very open mind. All like common logic for Valorant right now is just out the window.
You wait till VegBeans gets that up.
Oh my god.
You just wait.
That being said,
It'll be last round, last play of the game, and he'll clutch it.
That's
you
true.
watch.
Yeah, I don't think Veg has bought a single
No.
operator on the attacking side. But you never know. That last round might bring it out. Oh, Veg does get spotted. Does allow the spike to get planted. Parry is going to get tagged by the initial Hunter's Fury, but nothing else is going to come out. And Hamza is being very aggressive, finding one. Ashley is going to get the trade, and it's a 2 versus 3 situation for last minute. They are in a bit of a post-P situation, and Veg Beans is going to get caught by the recon bolt. Just dodges the paranoia, but they might get caught by the lockdown. We're going to push forward, and they're not going to find anything else, and it's left Parano 1 versus 3 situation. The Nanoswarm zoning them out as they're tucked away in the corner. Takes one, and they get a second. Oh no, pros do not flake. And
Again.
Fletch gets the defuse, but Power does take 2. Don't think they're going to ego this one.
You can't be doing it.
It is 11-12 series point to control.
The money as well. I mean, they've got 3 Vandals, but no more.
That's it.
Oh, the Marshal's
the
coming
Marshal.
out.
Okay, yeah. A
do
scoped weapon.
No, we've
Oh, it's
opted.
a Spectre.
Oh, we want the full shield. That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. Thrash, though,
Yep.
is on the side of last minute, and this is still doable, right?
Yeah.
But it's a last chance.
One ultimate apiece on either side. You know, the inventory on the side of last minute isn't as bad as it could be, right?
And we're yet to see a kill with any jet knives.
That's true. And Asterisk, best make the way or best run away. Doesn't get caught. Just out of the radius.
Wow.
Very, very lucky. Goddess of Victory might be smiling upon controlling this final round. Asterisk managed to get the tag, and Milkers is going to follow up with the kill, but they're going to get traded out by Hamza, and with that spike planted, time is now no longer on control side. He's going to have to play into this post-plant situation. He gets caught by the recon ball, but it doesn't even matter because he's going to get taken out as a 2-for-2 trade, and it's a 2 versus 2 situation. Even Stevens in terms of numbers, and Veg once again is getting caught out by that recon ball. It's a 1 versus 1. This is a very clutch situation. It all comes down to the wire. Are we going to OT? Oh, Control going to take it. Yes, they are. Control find themselves at the pinnacle of the summit of victory as the game goes to Control.
You can't complain at a game like that.
Yeah, what? You cannot write
I
that.
mean, I have never watched a game.
So that was a game of Valorant of the games.
Was
yeah.
it?
Yeah, so
Doesn't feel like it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just, I enjoyed it.
I love that. That was such a fun game.
So fun.
That was so much fun. I don't think we're going to be seeing a game quite like that for the rest of this LAN. So, congratulations to Control for winning that. And now they've got themselves a bit more of a more favoured situation that they're putting themselves in for qualifying.
Exactly.
I mean, lastminute.com put up a hell of a fight,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, that's the position that you want to be in, right? Yeah, lastminute.com, exactly. They had a great game, but I don't believe they had a chance to qualify anyway. So Control winning that game, it makes sense. You know, they've still got a chance to get through this final stage of the tournament. But
Yeah, so that is all our games for the qualifying rounds, and then the next game that plays on is our first best of 3 going into playoffs.
Yeah.
That's
a long day, but it's worth it.
very much worth it.
One enemy
Some
remaining.
replays going on.
Yeah,
wow.
a couple of replays coming out. So that's quite nice, right? Sorry, apologies.
That's all right.
Ah,
Wait,
but
sorry, to mention it,
Yeah.
Soup,
Soup.
a brilliant player.
Yeah.
The kills that we're getting, especially on the defensive round, there's so many early picks. Those first kills, they're so good.
Yeah. Very, very impactful
You
coming out
can't-
from
yeah,
Soup. I know.
It's just so good.
Asterisk legacy right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a really clutch pistol round. I don't think you could ask for a better one
100%.
for ourselves. But I think that's going to do it from us for today until
Yeah.
later on. So, Maddie, what a pleasure casting
Yeah,
with you after
as
some
always.
time.
Yeah, I know. And hopefully again.
Yes, hopefully there are more to come. But, you know, we're going to do a couple more replays, then cut to VT. So, if we don't come back onto the cameras, lovely
See you
passing
soon.
alongside you. We're
Yeah.
going to go to a break afterwards. Don't go anywhere because we're going to be going into our first match of the playoffs. But that is enough from me and
yeah.
Maddie, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
One enemy remaining.